अरे क्या तुम हाँ हो रहा है यही पहले पहन के देखो
Okay, welcome everybody. Once again, we are here and we are for the paper. So I had set a slightly tough paper. I hope you've attempted the paper already and you've got a good score. If you got a score anything 35 plus, that's really good. Because trust me, the paper is slightly difficult so that you get a upper edge, and that is why the paper was a little bit tough. So anyone over here who has already attempted the paper, can you tell me what marks did you get? Okay, Maya says 34. All right. Anybody else had attempted the paper? Arushi, you attempted the paper? Krish Nair 30. Michelle Crawford 35. All right. Arushi attempted the paper. I can't hear you, Arushi.
Yes, sir. Sorry. I
How
got
much
36.
you got? 36. Not bad. So anything above 35 is good. But yeah, anyone got 40 here, then I would be really happy to hear about that. Because there were two questions which were very tricky. One was the null matrix, and the second one was that k ka value as 14 and 12, which most of you all must have written, where you must have gone wrong. All right, so let's begin with the paper discussion. Anyone on the YouTube channel over there, if you want to be a part of this meeting right now, I'm sending the link. There you go with the entire link. 1 second. Okay, that's the Zoom ID and password in case if you want to join. So you can join the paper discussion right now. Okay. Hello everyone on YouTube over there. So we are just doing the discussion of the paper. I hope you'll have already written the paper. In case if you've not written the paper, no problem, take the discussion or maybe attempt the paper, and later on you can watch the video of this, which will be available on the YouTube channel itself. Okay. Let me share the screen and then we can begin. We are good to go. Okay, that's what your question paper was. Yeah. And you can use side-by-side screen and then you can probably see what I'm writing on the whiteboard. So that will give you an idea of what's happening over here. Okay. All right, let me stop sharing the screen and maybe spotlight this here. Okay. So the first question was, what is the third proportional to? Sorry, what is the fourth proportional to? So you had three options and you have to find the fourth proportion. Sorry?
So can you share the screen and show the question?
If I do that, then what I'm writing will not be seen by many children. That's the only issue. And that is why I'm not sharing the screen. Let me see if I can do something. No, if I share the screen, then you won't be able to see what I am writing. That will become too small on the screen on YouTube. That's the major problem. Okay, just see the question and then I will start taking it up. So the question is, find the fourth proportional to 13 by 2, sorry, 13 by 3, 39 by 4, and 17 by 2. These are the three options. These are the three things given to you. And then there are some options. So let's see how to solve it. So it's going to be 39 upon 3 upon, sorry, 13 upon 3 upon 39 by 4 is equal to 17 by 2 upon x. So 13 upon 3x, 17 by 2 into 39 by 4. So my x is going to be 17 by 2, 39 by 4 into 3 by 13. So 13 ones are 3s are. I can't cancel anything else. So 9 into 17 will be 153 upon 8. So this is what my option should be. 153 by 8. So if you look at the question paper, that's your option number 3. And that's what should be your final answer. I hope most of you all at least got the opening question correct. That was a simple one. Any doubts with question 1?
No, sir.
Anybody? Yep. Let's move on to question number 2. So question number 2 also not difficult either. Simple one. let's look at it how to do it. And yeah, so Miss Daisy opened a recurring deposit account and deposited rupees 2,400 per month for 3 years at the rate 10%. The interest received is 13,320. Then the total amount that Daisy will receive will be. So basically this rate 10% is useless in this particular question. You just have to take 2,400 multiply by 36, that's P into N, and plus the interest. Basically you are going to find the maturity value. So what we do is we say that maturity value is P into N plus I. So in this case, the principal is 2,400 and the number is 36, whereas the I interest is 13,320. So what we do is we basically take 2,400 into 36 plus 13,320. So let us multiply in a corner 36 by 24. So 24, 12, 14, 12, 6 and 1, 7. So 4, 6, 8. So it should be 86400 plus 13,320. So my final answer 3 plus 4, 7, 6 plus 3, 9, 8 and 1, 9 should be 99,720. Let's look if there is any option like that. So that is your option number 3. Yeah. So I'm sure this also most of you all must have got it. No one must have messed this up. Anyone didn't get this? Everyone got? Shabash. Let's move ahead to the next question. Question number 3. The discriminant of the equation so and so will be. So discriminant is b square minus 4ac. So your question is 2x square minus 10x plus 6. And what we need to find is the discriminant. So we say b square minus 4ac is equal to. So let us solve this in order to get the value of b square minus 4ac. So b is equal to minus 10.
So what
into a into c. Yeah, say.
MCQ, if they ask what is the formula of discriminant D, then sir, I have a confusion that we should use root
You don't. In the discriminant, root doesn't come.
So because
So when
in
you-
Google also when I searched, there was too much confusion there.
So no, you don't use the root. So your correct answer should be the last one, option D, that is 52. If you said root 52, it is wrong. If you've done wrong calculation 42 by chance, still it will be wrong. So did anyone write 42 or root 52? Just raise a hand. Let me see anyone did that way. Anybody messed up like that? Honestly, tell me. Unmute and tell me, yes, sir, I did it like that. Anybody? Nobody? Wow, that means the class has become very smart. Okay, Shivika did that mistake. All right, Shivika, I hope you got it now. Let's move ahead to the next question. So your next question is question number 4. Let me again share the screen and show you the question. 1 second. Yeah, can you see the screen now, everybody?
Yes, sir.
You cannot see?
Sir, YouTube is visible.
Okay, now can you see?
Yes.
Yeah. So a dealer from Mumbai, Maharashtra bought an article from Pune, Maharashtra for 25,000. Sold it to a customer in Mumbai for 30,000. Rate of GST 18% and GST paid by the dealer to state government. So only state government, okay, by the dealer. So now what will be the GST? So you take input, you take output and you subtract, or you directly take the profit, whichever method you want. So I'm directly taking the profit. And on that, I'm multiplying 9%. Why 9%? Can someone tell me why 9%?
Because it's SGST.
Yeah, it is to the state. That's right. So you should get your answer as rupees 450. Can you see on the screen? That's what your answer should be, rupees 450. You just take 5,000 and you take 9% of that, so that you get your answer as 450. Okay. If anyone's taken 18%, then you will get 900. Which is going to be wrong, and you just have to do this on the profit, okay, or you take input, output and subtract. So your correct answer is option B. Okay, did anyone choose option A over here? Honestly tell me. Okay, we have Krish Nair who did that mistake. Okay, you should not be doing that mistake. You should be checking it correctly and then working on it. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Question number 5. Anyone on the YouTube channel, just for your reference, what we're doing is I had shared a paper 2 days back, and right now we are discussing the paper. If you want to become a part of the Zoom, I have shared the link on the YouTube channel in the chat box. You can certainly come and join and be with us. So next is our question number 5. One of the factors of this particular polynomial will be, okay. So what you are expected to do, take -2, then 3, then -4 and 4. Which one gives you a 0 in the equation? That becomes a factor. So let me tell you, the answer is the 4th one. So I am not wasting time putting everything. We'll directly put the value as 4, okay, because x -4 is the factor. So when you substitute in this 4, let's see what answer we get. 64, 16 3s are 48, 40 and 24. 60, 70, 80, so 88 minus 88, 0. Thus x -4 is a factor, and that is your option number 4. So it was not difficult, but yeah, slightly lengthy, because you had to first take -2, then put 3, then put -4, and then in the end you will get the answer as 4. Okay. Any doubts with question number 5? Or can I move on? Nobody? Brilliant. Question number 6. Now, 6th one, you'll have to actually solve. Only then you will be able to answer this. Okay. So it is -2 less than equal to half, -2x upon 3 less than equal to 1/5/6. And they say x belongs to n, then what will be the solution set? So let's solve it first. So we come to know what can be the answer. So first I'm multiplying everything by 6. Okay. So this will be -12. 2 ones are 3s are so 3. 3 ones are 2s are so 4x. 6 plus 5, 11 upon 6. 6 gets cancelled, so 11. So -12 less than equal to 3 minus 4x. And 3 minus 4x less than equal to 11. So I will have 4x less than equal to 9. So no, not 9, no, 15, sorry. So x less than equal to 3.75. That's one part. Second part, -8 less than equal to 4x, so -2. So -2 less than equal to x less than 3.75, and x belongs to n. So technically my solution set should be 1 because it is natural, 2 and 3. This is what the solution set should be. Okay. Or if I'm writing it set builder form, then I can write it this way: x where x belongs to n, and -2 less than equal to x less than equal to 3.75. This is what it should be. Okay, one of these two. So let's look at the solutions. What is the option given? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, definitely not possible because there is no 0 in this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 is also not correct. Then -1, -2 also is not a part of it. So the correct option is the 4th one. Now this I purposely made it confusing this way, because even if it belongs to n, you can write it in the set builder form also. That is also a possibility. And therefore the correct answer is option number 4. Anyone messed up with this 6th question over here? Please let us know so that we can come to know what mistakes you'll have done.
So I did it, but I didn't do it in your method. I just did it as a whole. So I got it in reverse format.
Okay. So then did you choose the correct option or you didn't?
Yes. So I just chose it. So I just predicted it. So.
Okay. Yeah, tell me.
So set builder form is only applicable for real numbers or for any numbers?
For any number, not necessarily only for real number, but usually we write real numbers like that. But when they give you an option like this, that also is possible. They can confuse you like that. And therefore purposely I put this question. Okay.
Okay. So but number line is not possible for real numbers, right?
Definitely. Number line though it will be dots only. 1, 2, 3 only you'll have to plot if it is n.
Yes.
Okay. Can I move on to the next question, guys?
Yeah.
Which one of the following is a diagonal matrix? So the diagonal matrix in this case, the first one, diagonal matrix का मतलब होता है this principal axis को छोड़ के बाकी सब 0 होना चाहिए. The rest, these principal axes can be any number. So if you look at the first one, it's the other diagonal which is non-zero. So that's not correct. 0, 0, 0, 0. Yes, this I think you had -2, 0, 0, 0, correct? As an option.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that -2 is the correct option. So -2, 0, 0, 0. Purposely I changed earlier. I was going to give all 4 zeros. Okay. So the second one is the correct option. The third one is also not, and the fourth one is also not, because the principal axis for chhod ke baki sab is not 0. Okay. So the correct option should be the second one. Are you all understanding what the correct option will be? Yeah. Anybody, any doubts with this correct option?
So can the diagonal be in the reverse manner?
Diagonal be in the
Reverse manner.
reverse manner का मतलब क्या होता है? Explain कर थोड़ा detail में.
So means the zeros
So like
will
the
be
other slash,
first
other
zero.
side slash, sir.
No, no,
Yes.
no. It has to be the principal diagonal only as 0, 0. That means this one. This one cannot be 0, 0. That is incorrect.
So sir,
Punjab?
the option is by mistake written, no 0. It should be -2.
No, I gave you the paper in that it is -2 only if you check it.
No, sir. In that it is 0, 0, 0, 0. Always 0 only.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
No, sir, it was -2.
Yes, sir. It was -2. Sir.
I am 100% sure I changed it later on. Okay, I'll show you the real paper now. This is the one it was. See, -2, 0, 0, 0. That is how it was. Got it now?
Yes.
Yeah. Can we move on to the next question? Question number 8. Okay. If the sum of two smaller sides of the triangle is 17 and the area of the triangle is 30, the two sides will be. So sum of two smaller sides, that means S1 plus S2 is equal to 17 and the area of the triangle is 30. That's our data. So how are we going to solve it?
So
you
base
can
into
say
height.
Base into height. Before that, you can say S1 is equal to 17 minus S2. This is clear. Then I will say area of triangle half base height. So area is 30, half base. One side I can take it as S1 into S2. Now, what is my S1? My S1 is 17 minus S2 into S2. This goes on the other side, so 60. 17 S2 minus S2 square. So let me write S2 as X. So X square comes here, minus 17X plus 60. Splitting the middle term, 12 plus 5. Sorry, 12 minus 5. So X will be either 12 or 5. If you take X as 12 and substitute here, you will get 5. And if you take 5, you will get 12. So basically 12, 5, 5, 12, one and the same.
Sir, I
So
didn't
5 and
understand
12
the sum.
are the two sides.
Sir, I'm not getting the sum. Like,
Sum of two sides is 17. Ye clear hai?
yes, sir.
And the area is 30. So we take S1 as 17 minus S2, pushing this on the other side. And then you apply the formula area of triangle half base into height. That is the two sides, S1, S2, because they are the two sides, base and height. Okay. And then in the place of S1, you write 17 minus S2. And then open it, apply quadratic and get the two values of X. So it gives you 5 and 12 as your two answers, which is the option over here as option number 4. Do you understand it now, Jishnu?
So, yes, sir.
Okay. Krish Nair, yeah, any doubt from your side?
Sir, for the previous question, which of the following is a diagonal matrix? In our textbook, it is written the principal diagonal should not be 0.
Can you read what's written in the textbook?
1 minute. A square matrix which has all its elements 0 except those on the leading diagonal is called a diagonal matrix.
All except the leading this thing. So leading can be 0, cannot be 0, but others have to be 0. That's what it means. Understanding now? So even if it is all 4 zeros, it is a diagonal matrix. Got it?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next one, question number 9. So that was the trick. How many of you all, the ninth one was very, very simple. You have 7a minus 5b is equal to 3a plus 7b. And your target is to find 4a square minus 3b square upon 4a square plus 3b square is how much? That's what the target is. Okay? So how are we going to solve this? So basically, first we will solve this 7a minus 3a, 7b plus 5b. So I will have 4a is equal to 12b. So a upon b, 12 upon 4. So a upon b, 3 upon 1. So this is one of the options. By chance children reach here and they get excited. Okay, but you have to reach here. So what will you do now? So in order to reach to this point, we are going to use the PCO technique, which I taught you all earlier. So P is the power. So a square, b square, 9 by 1, squaring both sides. Then the coefficient. So 4a square, 3b square, 9 upon 1 into 4 by 3. So 3 3s. So 4a square, 3b square, 12 upon 1. Is this correct? And then componendo dividendo ke jagah pe dividendo componendo. So it will become ulta. So it will be 12 minus 1, 12 plus 1. That will make it 11 upon 13. Okay. Let's look at the options.
Sir, I'm not getting why again 4a square like.
Hold on. So that is your option number 4, which should be the correct option. Now, many a times children take dividendo componendo. You might get 13 upon 11 and you will land up here. So you will get it completely wrong then. So anyone got this question number 9 incorrect?
Yes, sir. So can you repeat, please?
Yeah. So till here you can reach easily.
Yes, sir.
Now you got to reach 4, 3 and the square. So first you square everything. So once you square everything, then you take the coefficient which is 4 and 3 on both sides. So that you get 4 and 3. And then the operation. So first the power, then the coefficient, then the operation. And therefore we call it as PCO. And then you say A minus B, A plus B on both sides. And you get your answer as 11 by 13. Clear?
So I did componendo dividendo. So I got 13 upon 11.
13, so that was the trick. So you lost 1 mark straight away. So you got to be very careful on what the question has been asked. Okay.
So why did we use dividendo componendo?
Because you are seeing what is asked. Can you read? What is asked? In the numerator, what is there? Can you read and tell me?
Some minus, yeah.
What trick कर रहा है ना तुमको इसीलिए. That is why you need to read the question well. Okay, let's go ahead. Question number 10. Which of the matrix will be comfortable for multiplication with? So now you have to find out which of these matrix can be multiplied with this. That is 1 and minus 3. And your options are 5 and 3, 0, 4, 5 and minus 2, 3, 0 and 7, and 0, 4 and minus 2. Okay. So let's see how can we look into it. So if you look at the order of the first one, what is the order of the first one?
So 1 is to 2?
2 into 1.
2 is to 1.
2 by 1.
2 into 1. 2 by 1 basically. Because there are 2 rows. First you look at the row, then you look at the column. Rows are the horizontal ones. Okay. Now this can be comfortable to be multiplied with something which has 1 into something. Okay. So the order of this one is again 2 by 1. This one is 2 by 2. This one is 1 by 3. And this one is 3 by 1. So only in this case you have 1 over here. Can you see? And therefore the correct option will be the third option, 3, 0, 7. The third one. Are you getting it, everybody, now what I'm trying to teach you? Yeah?
Yes.
Yes? No? Perfect. Any doubts with the 10th one, or can I move on? Okay, question 11. The nth term of the AP is this: find the common difference. So the nth term is given. How would you find the common difference? So Tn is 3n minus 2. Can someone tell me how will you find the common difference?
So
Anybody?
first you have to take T1 and find T1, and then you have to find T2, and then T2 minus T1, and you get D.
That's correct. Absolutely correct. So let's look into it. How can we do it? I will first take T1. So 3 into 1. That's the first term. So 3 minus 2, 1. Then I'll take T2. So 3 into 2 minus 2, 6 minus 2, 4. So the first term is 1. The second term is 4. So common difference is T2 minus T1. 4 minus 1. That's 3. And therefore I would say that the common difference is equal to 3. And that is my option over here. 1 second. Huh? Here. Option is the third one. Hold on. Yeah, the third one, the second one, that is 3, is the correct option. Are you getting it, everybody? Question number 11. Anyone, any doubts till here? Are we good? I hope I'm not going fast. And we're going at a good pace. Okay. Sure. Next, 12th one. This is again GST. Wholesaler Jaipur sells a computer to a dealer Udaipur, 45,000. Dealer sells it again in Udaipur for 60,000. The rate GST 28. Find the output tax paid by the dealer. Only the output tax. So output tax means on the selling price, which is 60,000. So the selling price is 60,000 and GST is 28%. So what is the output tax? So how will I calculate the output tax? Only on the selling price, and full 28% is what we will take. So 2 zeros go away. 8 6 are 48, 12, 14 and 2 zeros. So should be 14,800 as the output tax. Let's see if that is an option. No option.
Sir, it should be 16,800.
16,800. My bad. Sorry. 16,800. That should be your option number 3. Okay. Did anyone write over here nil by any chance and got it wrong?
Yes, so
Anyone
I
know
got
that?
it wrong. So I got it wrong.
What did you write? Nil.
Yes, so nil for some reason.
But there is a selling price. If selling price wasn't there, then you should have written nil. Okay. So we are confusing you by all possible options. We know what you can think, and based on that, we create the option so that you fall in the trap. So you got to be really smart in order to understand not to fall into the trap. Okay. Here, this question
This is a formula. There's no formula like that in the textbook, sir.
Which formula?
So like SP by into GST is output tax.
It is. I in all my videos also I have taught output tax is equal to selling price ka GST rate. If you watch into any of my videos, have you seen any of my GST videos?
Yes, sir, I watched.
So in that I have given no output tax the same way. Even during the crash course, were you in the crash course?
Yes, sir.
So crash course, so I taught no output tax the same way. You don't remember?
I forgot.
Okay, chalo, let's go ahead. 8 plus minus root 45 upon 3. And you got to write the answer to 3 significant figures. So let's solve it first. So 8 plus minus 45 is 6.708, which you will get from your logbook, which should be provided by your school by the rule of the boards. Okay. If they don't provide, you can ask for it. All right, so these are the two possible options. So first one, 14.708 by 3. So 3 4s are 12 to 2790. 3 2s are 6. Now usually people leave it here, which is wrong, okay? Because when I do it 2 times 620, it becomes 6. And this will be 4.903 then, okay? And they said 3 significant figures. So any which ways it will be 4.90 and not this 3. So therefore you are lucky. But in case if they asked for 4 figures, you would have messed up. So always go ahead, okay? This side, 8.000 and 6.708. Did anyone subtract this as 2.708 by 3? Honestly. If you do this, the option is still there of the answer of this also. But it's wrong. because here you are going to subtract like this. So it should be 1.292 by 3. So 0.4 times, 3 times, 0 times, and then 6. So if you don't write this 6 again, you will mess up. So it will be 431 as the answer. So your answers are 4.90 or 0.431 as your final answer. Let's see if this kind of an option is there. I think the last one, the fourth one, 4.90 and 0.431. But if you had not taken this 6, then in that case you must have taken option 1 and you messed up the sum. Anyone took option 1 by any chance, honestly? Be honest. If you're
Sir,
not
I'm
taken, tell
not
us.
getting, I just forgot. How did you get 0.431, that last one, and 4.903, that 3, both 1 and 3?
This is 5 or greater than 5, you add 1. And if this is less than 5, you eliminate. So in this case, it is 6, so you add it. Then it becomes 3, which is less than 5, so we eliminate. Samjha?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, likewise 6, so you added 1, so it becomes 3. And here 0 is not significant, so these 3 digits are 3 significant figures. Here 4 is significant, so these 3 now become significant. Okay? Am I clear with this question number 13, everybody?
So,
Yeah.
so if we like, I didn't know the value of root 45. So I took 5 root 3 and then I substituted the value of 3, which is 1.732, if I'm not wrong. So then I multiplied it. So then can we get the right? Like, I didn't get it right. So I just didn't get it right because I didn't know the second part.
Because root 3 is 1.732 and beyond that also there are digits. It is not the accurate one. It is just the rounded one. And therefore you don't get accurate answers. So don't do that. Take directly the value of root 45. Okay.
Okay, so
School didn't specifically mention that they will give the logbook or they won't give the logbook, sir.
They will have to give you the logbook. If they are not giving, they are making a mistake. So you better speak to your teachers now only. So in case if the school doesn't have, they will arrange for it.
Okay.
Okay. Chal, 14th one. Mr. Rahul opened a cumulative deposit account in a bank and deposited rupees 3,600. So deposited 3,600 for 2 years. So number is 24 months. If you receive 9,000 as interest, so interest is rupees 9,000, then the rate of interest will be, okay, that's what the question is. So here I think we'll have to apply the formula and try and get the answer, but only interest ka formula. So P into n plus 1, 2 by 12, R by 100. So interest is 9,000, principal is 3,600, number is 24 into 25, 2 by 12, rate we don't know, by 100. So 2 zeros get cancelled, 12 ones are 2s are 2 gets cancelled. So 9,000 by 36 into 25 is equal to the rate. So I can cancel 9 1 times, 4 times, 25 ones are 400s are, and 4 ones are, oh I messed up something, 40 times, yeah, and then 4 ones are 10. So my rate should be 10% per annum. Let's see if this kind of an option is there or not there. So question number 4, the fourth option is 10% and therefore it is correct. Got it, everybody?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So let's move on to the next question, 15. If this leaves remainder minus it when divided by x minus 1 and x minus 2 is a factor, then which of the following relation of a and b is correct? So your equation is x cube minus ax square plus bx minus 6. This again was a trick question. So when divided by x minus 1, remainder is minus 8 and x minus 2 is a factor, so remainder is 0. Can someone tell me how to figure out how to solve the sum?
So R1 equal to R2.
No, it is not R1 equals to R2. It is simultaneous, but you don't have to solve and get the values of A and B, because if you read the question, it says the relation of A and B. So if you look at the options, they themselves are equations of simultaneous, one equation. Okay. So what you must do is first substitute 1 and check. Okay. So let's substitute 1 and see what do we get. So P of 1, 1 cube, A 1 square b times 1 minus 6 and remainder is minus 8. So you will have a minus b, 6 minus 1 minus 5 plus 8. So a minus b as 3. This is one relationship that we got. Let's see if this kind of a relationship is there in the option. A plus b is 3, but we have a minus b. So this option only is not there. So let us substitute the second part and see if second part works out to be there or no. So this time p is x is 2. So 2 cube, a times 2 square, b times 2 minus 6 and remainder is 0 since it's a factor. So I get 4a minus 2b is equal to 2. So 2a minus b 1. Let's see if this option is available in the question. So you can see option numbers.
Sir, are you recording this video, sir?
It is on the YouTube live, no? So it will be live on the YouTube only.
So,
So
sir,
it becomes
in
2.
crash
Yeah.
course, sir, it will not be posted, sir.
You want me to take it out from there, post it on the crash course, rather go on the YouTube, you will find it.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah, so it becomes 2a minus b equals to 1. That's your option number 2. Okay. So that's how the relationship is given. So they are not expecting you to solve and get a and b. Only one part becomes your option. Are you getting it, everybody, what I'm doing here? Only this one part becomes your option. The second part, one of them was an option. All right. Can I move on? Anyone, any doubts till here?
So here you're not supposed to equate it to the remainder, so?
No, bacha, they never said that. They just want the relationship of A and B. So we got the first relationship, second relationship, and the second one was your option. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Chal, let's move on. Last question on one marker. So one marker, last question is here. In triangle so and so, the values are given, then which one is correct? So let us draw and first see what the information is all about. So you've got two triangles PQM. I will name it PQM, and you have XYA. Okay. They say angle X is 50, angle P is 60. Q is also 50 and Y is 70. Question is which one of the following is correct? So you've been given the 4 options here. So first we will write on our own what the correct option should be. And this is 60, 50, this has to be 70. 50, 70, so this has to be 60. So wherever 60 I'm writing here also. So P and A. Then I'm writing the 50 wala which is Q and here it is X. And then the 70 wala which is M, so here it is Y. So it should be PQM AXY, or they can change the positions like QMA and XYA, but the one-to-one correspondence has to be this only. So are we clear with these two? Then I will look into the options and teach you further. Is this clear? Yeah. Now let's look at the options. So the first one PQM and XYA not there. So that's incorrect. So first option is wrong. Second QMP, second, third, first. So it should be XYA. Is it? No, it is not. It is XAY. So again, second option is also incorrect. Third one QMP. So XYA, is it? Yes, the third one is correct. If you look at the fourth one, obviously YXA is also not correct. So option C is your correct option. So first you should write yourself what is the correct one-to-one correspondence and then match it with the options that they have given. Okay. So first you write it and then match it with the option. So QMP XYA was the correct option,
So,
which
sir,
is
in the
option
book,
C. Yeah.
so, sir, in the book, they have given huge theorems in similarity, but in
Ignore.
MCQ, when we see, they are not coming like these. They are
Yeah, they will come like this only. So don't worry. You don't have to do all those theorems now anymore. Okay. Sure. 2 marker questions. Question number 17. Let's see what question number 17 says. It says, what number should be added so that when divided by minus x minus 2, the remainder is 3. So your polynomial is 2x cubed minus 3x square plus x. What should be added to this? When divided by x minus 2, the remainder is 3. So what should be added? So we will say let A be added. Okay. So P of 2.
So now we have to
cube.
equate it, right, with the remainder.
Nothing you have to equate, bacha, because the remainder is already given as 3. So in the place of remainder, you are writing 3. That equation happens, what you're saying equate, happens only when they say remainders of two particular polynomial is same. Then R1 is equal to R2 comes, okay?
Yes, sir.
So this becomes 6 plus A. So A becomes minus 3. So minus 3 has to be added. Let's see if that is an option. Yes, that's your option number 2. And therefore your answer is minus 3, which fetches you 2 marks straight away. Any doubts with question 17 before I move ahead? Yeah, say. Okay, let's move on. Question number 18, matrices. They say find the value of X and Y, and you have to multiply the two matrices, which is equated to the third one. So this multiplied by XY gives us minus 2 by 8. So let's see how can we solve it. So 3x minus 8y, 9x plus 4y is equal to minus 2 by 8. So 3x minus 8y is equal to minus 2. 9x plus 4y is equal to 8. Now in order to equate, I am multiplying the second one by 2. So 18x, 8y, 16. And the first equation 3x, 8y minus 2. Cancels. So 8, 9, 10, 18, 21. And this will be 14. So x is 14 by 21. So x is 2 by 3. Let's find the value of y. So 3 times 2 by 3 minus 8y is minus 2. So minus 8y, minus 2, minus 2. So y is minus 4, minus 8. So y is half. So if there is any option where x is 2 by 3, y is half, we will select that one. So let's look at the options. 2 by 3 and half, that is your option number 2 itself, which becomes your correct answer. Yeah. Any doubts here, guys, with 18th one? Or are we good? Are we good?
Yes.
Let's go ahead with the 19th one. Till here, I don't think so. Anyone must have lost major marks, maybe 1 or 2 marks somewhere here or there. The 19th one onwards, things will be slightly different now. So let's look at the 19th one. A wholesaler sells a mobile for 30,000. So selling price is 30,000. Net GST is given to us as 440 rupees. But this is CGST. So net CGST, okay. And GST rate is 18% is what is given. Your target is to find the cost price. So let's look at the question carefully. This was a trick question which I taught you while doing the crash course, if you remember. So I will say CGST is equal to output minus input. So CGST is 450. Output is 18% ka half because it is only CGST. So 9% on selling price and input is 9% on cost price. Do you remember this formula while I was teaching? I taught this. Anyone remembers the formula correctly?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Okay, fine. So let's go ahead then. What I will do is 450, pull up 9 by 100 common. So it will be SP minus CP. So 450 into 100 upon 9 is equal to SP minus CP. So 9 ones are 50s are 5,000. Selling price is 30,000 minus cost price. So cost price becomes 25,000. So that's what our main question was. Now let's see what the question says. Find the cost price. So cost price is 25,000. That is your option number 4. Did anyone get option number 2 or 3? 3 as the answer. 5,000 किसी ने लिखा? Nobody? Okay, Maya. All right, these are all confusing things which they purposely do so that you start losing your marks. So please be very careful and not lose marks on these kind of silly errors. 20th. Let's look into it. The roots are real and equal. Your target is to find the value of k. So k minus 12x square plus 2 times k minus 12 into x. This was the trick question. Okay, roots are real and equal. So in this case, a is k minus 12, b is 2 times k minus 12, and c is 2. Now roots are real and equal. That means b square minus
So can we
4ac.
take k minus 12 as a?
You can if you want, but in the end you'll have to substitute. I don't think so it's really required, but if you want you can, no problem. Now b will be 2k minus 24 the whole square. 4 into a into c is equal to 0. So squaring this, a square minus 2ab, so 4 into 24, 4 4s are 16, 96 plus b square. Opening this, 4 2s are 8 into k, 8k, minus plus 96 is equal to 0. So I'll have 4a square, 96 minus 8, 104k, and taking these together, let's add them. So 6 plus 6, 12, 9 plus 7, 17, and 6, 72. Dividing everything by 4, so k square minus 26k, 4 ones are 4, 4, 6, 168. So now you'll have to split the middle term for 168,
Yeah.
which is going to be 14 and 12. Yes, say.
No, sir, I got.
So your value of k will be 12 or 14. And the confusing part, so pay attention carefully now. If you look here, the first option is 14 or 12, which is actually wrong. Why? Most of you all must have written this only as the option, but it is wrong, because if I take k as 12 and put over here 12 minus 12, 12 minus 12, this all will become 0. We'll have plus 2, and plus 2 is not equal to 0. So technically 12 is not the correct option, and hence you'll have to eliminate it. So your correct option becomes 14. Are you understanding how you're getting fooled? And that's how the 14, the last option, becomes your correct option. I'm sure many of you all must have left your got this wrong. Why did we leave 12? Because if I put 12 here, if I put 12 here, then this will be 0, this will be 0, and this will be 2. So 2 is not equal to 0, but you will get 2 is equal to 0, which is technically incorrect. And therefore this is eliminated and 14 becomes the answer. Are you understanding, guys?
Yes.
How many of you all got this wrong? Arushi. Yeah, few of you all must have got it because that was the main trick question. Okay. So let's move on to the next one, 21.
Excuse me, sir.
Say.
Sir, in this question, as if these questions come like two answers, so we are supposed to check in each case.
Better verify it so that you are safe. Usually board में इतना ज़्यादा trick मेरे को नहीं लगता आएगा. I purposely put just to confuse you. Okay.
Sir, means there could be a case that it not satisfies the value.
Yeah, could be a case possible. So it's better you just verify it so you are safe. Okay.
And sir, for the root of the equation.
No, that's not required.
Okay, sir.
Okay, what is the maturity value that Spandan will receive? So you'll have to first find the principal and then find the maturity value. So interest will be P into. So what you've been given is number, rate, and the interest. So interest is P into n plus 1, 2 by 12, R by 100. So we will first find the principal and then gradually we will go on to find the maturity value. So 15, 20. Principal we don't know, number is 24 by 25, 2 by 12, and R by 100. So the rate is 8%, so 8 by 100. 2 zeros, oh, 0 doesn't go, sir. So 100. 12 ones are 2 gets cancelled. So you will get 1520 upon 25 into 8 is equal to principal. And this 100 also will go up. So 25 ones are 4s are 1s are 2s are 1s are 7s are 60. So your principal is 760. And now you will try and find the maturity value, which is P into N plus I. So that is 760 into number, which is 24, and interest 1520. So 76 into 24. So 18240 plus 1520. So 06791. So 19,760. That is your option number 4 becomes your correct answer. Got it? Yes, Joshua.
Yes, understood.
Got it. Anyone else? Any doubts with this 21st question?
No.
Okay, all those who have done the crash course with us, I am like where we taught each and every topic again, you all wrote test on everything. I think by now you should be very, very confident. This was an additional paper also which I given to you all. So I'm sure you should be very strong with your subject now. You shouldn't be afraid anymore. Okay. The next one, 22nd. So 22nd one, we'll have to first solve. See what do you get as the solution. And then we can probably look at the number line. So it's -3 less than -half, minus 2x upon 3 less than equal to 5 by 6. So in order to get rid of the denominators, we multiply each term by 6. Okay. So I will multiply everything by 6 over here. So it's going to be -18, -3, -4, and 5. Now split. So 18 less than -3 minus 4x, and -3 minus 4x less than equal to 5. So I'll have 4x, 15. So x less than 3.75. This side it should be -8 less than equal to 4x. So -2. So it should be -2 less than equal to x less than 3.75. This is what the solution will be, and x belongs to R. So we first multiplied everything by 6 so that the denominators are gone. Then we did the splitting, got the two answers, and brought all of them together. Now how should my number line look like? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -1, -2, -3, -4. So -2 is inclusive, so it should be a dot. 3.75 will be here with the hollow. Join the two and shade it. That's what the final answer should be. And then here 3.75. So let's look which particular option is this option. The first one, is it this option? Anybody? Yes,
No, sir. So it's option
Why
number
no?
C. So it's
Why
both
first
of them
one?
are
Both are them are
Second one
solid.
also both are hollow dot. The third one is the correct one. Why not the fourth one? Because
So -2 is included in this set.
yeah, -2 should have been a dot and 3.75 should have been the hollow, which is the third case, not the fourth case. And therefore the third one is the correct answer, not the fourth one. Okay, any doubts with this? Question number 4, or sorry, 22. Perfect. We're moving to the next one. Now these are all 4 marker questions. These were all 2 markers what we were doing till now. So let's jump onto the 4 markers one. Nth term of the AP. So Tn 4n plus 3. Then what is the common difference? We had done this step some time back. You take T1. So that is 7. Then you take T2. You get 11. And common difference is T2 minus T1. So 11 minus 7, 4. So the first term is 7. Common difference is 4. So let's look at the options. Which one is correct? So first option itself is 4. which is the correct option. Are you getting it, everybody here? Can I move on? Okay. The next one, what will be the 11th term? So same thing. Let's see what should be the 11th term. So 11th term, you can say T11 A plus 10D,
So it's
or
40.
you can put 11 here also. Whichever method, both are fine. How much you said?
47.
That's correct. 47 is the correct answer. Let's look at the options. The first option is only the same, and therefore that's the correct answer. The next one, sum of first 12 terms will be. So basically you have been asked is S12. So we will say 12 by 2, 2 into A, n minus 1, which is 11 into 4. So 6, 14, 44. So 6, 58, 8, 6 are 48, 34. So the correct answer should be 348. Let's see if that's an option. 348 is the last one. That is correct option. So good job. And then the last part, sum of 8th term and the 12th term, both. 8th term plus 12th term. That means T8 plus T12. So let's look into that. T8 plus T12. What should be the answer? T8, T12. So T8 is A plus 7D, A plus 11D. So 2A plus 18D. So A is 7 and D is 4. Substituted 14, 70, 80, 86 should be the option. Let's look at it. What is the option here? 86 is the second option. Okay. So anybody, any doubts with this 4-marker question?
No.
All clear?
Yeah.
AP. Next one. This is solving problems. 27. So let's see what can we do with the solving problems. They say a piece of cloth costs 200. If the piece was 5 centimeters longer and cost 2 less, the cost would have remained unchanged. The original cost of the cloth per meter, Bx, the original cost and length. These are two components, okay? Original cost Bx, total cost is 200. So what will be the length? Anyone?
200 divided by x.
200 upon x. Then they said if the length was 5 meters less, if we read the question, it says if the piece was 5 meters longer and cost 2 less. Piece was 5 meters longer, so 200 upon x plus 5, and cost was 2 less. The total cost still remains unchanged. So when you multiply, it still remains 200 only. Okay. So let's take this equation and solve. So I will get 200 when I multiply this with this. Then x with 5, so 5x. Then 2 with this, so minus 400 upon x. Minus 10 is equal to 200. This gets cancelled straight away. 5x square, 400, 10x, 0. So 5x square minus 10x plus 400 is equal to 0. Sorry, minus 400. Dividing by 5 and then splitting the middle term. So that will be 10x minus plus 8x. So my answer should be x as 10 or minus 8. Minus 8 not possible since it's cost. So therefore cost is 10 rupees and length is 200 upon 10, which is 20 meters. Now let's look at all the 4 questions related to this main question and you will answer this time. Okay, I'm not answering. So what is the first option? Which one is the correct option?
So 200 by x.
200 by x. Length of cloth in terms of x. So length of cloth is here 200 upon x. That is your first one. So question number 27, the correct option is A. Okay. Then 28, the next question. Then which of the following equation will be correct? Which equation is correct?
So x square minus 2x minus 80 equal to 0.
Here we had got the same thing. So that is your option number D, which should be the correct one. Then 29. What is the length of the cloth? So length of the cloth is
20 meters.
that is your option B. And the 30th one, what is the cost per meter? So we had got the cost per
10
meter as 10. So 10 rupees, that is option B. So this is what your key should be for this 4-marker question. Anybody any doubts with this 4-marker? All sorted? Super. So the first one, correct option was A, second one D, third one B, and fourth one B, because 200 upon X, then this is the equation, this is the length, and this is the cost. So we got all 4 correct. And then the last question, 4-marker, similarity, 31. So let's look into this one now, and how are we going to solve this? So they have given the diagram. Let me just draw the diagram on the board.
So the 4-marker questions can only come from these 3 chapters, right? AP, similarity, and quadratic.
And who?
So I'm just assuming so.
No, bacha. It can come from GST, it can come from anywhere. Matrices, not necessarily only these 3. Even remainder has questions which you can ask. Okay, first question, find EF. So 31, you have to find EF. 32, you have to find AE. Then we'll look at the other 2 questions. So first let us solve these 2 questions. So EF is right over here. If I want EF, I'll have to take triangle EGF. And I will prove that triangles CGD are similar, which you don't need to now show at all because it is MCQ. This is going to give me EG upon CG equals to EF upon CD as CSS. So EG is 5, CG is 10, EF I don't know, and CD 18. So 1s are 2s are, 1s are 9s are. So my EF should be 9. Okay. Let me now find AE first, then we will look at the options for these 2. So AE is here. For that I will find full AC. And for AC, I am taking triangle ACB similar to ECF. So I will have AC upon EC equals to AB upon EF. Again CS ST. So AC is not known, but EC is 5 plus 10, 15. AB is 15 and EF is 9. So then what do I get? I get AC as 15 into 15 upon 9. 3 3s are 5s are, 3 1s are 5s are. So my AC is 25, but the question is AE. So AE will be full 25 minus 15. That is 10. So AE should be 10. So we got the 2 answers. Now let's look at the options and check which option is the correct one. So the first one, EF, we had got 9. So 9 is the last option. So for 31, the correct option is D. For 32, we have got 10. The correct option is the second one. That's B again. But if someone has taken full AC, which is 25, they must have marked the fourth answer and got this wrong. Anyone got this incorrect because of they marked 25?
Sir, I did not understood this question like.
You have to take 2 triangles. Did you understand how to get EF?
Yes, sir.
Did you
Sir, can you
understand?
explain congruency of both one-to-one corresponding?
EF, EGF, vertically opposite is this one. But this is coming from top. This has to come from bottom because these 2 angles are equal. That's alternate. So it's going to be EGF, CGD. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, and then you can take the side, substitute and get EF. Likewise, ACB, ECF. Again, take sides, substitute, get AC. AC is full, subtract EC, you will get AE because AE is asked. Okay? Jishnu, clear?
Yes, sir, kind of.
Okay, next. They
So-
say FEG. Yeah, say.
So in the previous sum, so we could we get AE also by instead of taking the whole finding the whole AC, could we take AE upon EC?
Definitely no. Because
why I got
that
it
can
wrong.
be, yeah, you can take AE upon EC if you have BF upon FC by BPT, but BPT is not a part of your portion only. So we have not used that part. Okay. All right, next one. They say FEG. FEG is here, this angle. Okay. So let me just erase this and then we'll look into the next two questions. So these two triangles, I think they are going to attract now. Okay. EFG CD. They say that FEG, which is here, is 40 and this also is 40. GDC, this one is 60. Question is how much EGF is. So basically they have given you 1, 2, 3 and they want you to find this. So two methods, either say 60, 60, alternate and apply angle sum property, or the easier one, find this angle by angle sum property, which should be 80. And then vertically opposite, this also will be 80. And therefore your answer for EGF should be equal to 80 degrees. Are you getting this one, everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so your correct option should be option C. So question 33, the correct option is option C. The last one, they want 1-to-1 correspondence and then cross multiply the CSST part. So it is these two triangles only. So first let's write the 1-to-1 correspondence. It's EGF, CGD. Once you've written this, write the sides as CSST. That will make your life simple. So EG upon CG, GF upon GD, and EF upon CD. All these are sorted. Now look at what options they gave and try and match it. So first one, GF, EF. GF is here, EF is here. So two numerators you can't multiply. You have to multiply numerator, denominator. And therefore the first option is incorrect. The next one, EG, EF. EG and EF. So first and last, but again both numerators. Possible, not possible?
Not possible.
No.
Not possible.
The second one also is wrong. Let's look at the third one now. So the third one is EG-GD. So EG-GD, possible. Let's look at the RHS of the third one. So RHS CG-EF. CG-EF. Now here first they took these two, then they took these two. So again makes no sense. So third one also goes wrong. Fourth one, EG-CD. So EG is this and CD is this. So numerator, denominator. Let's look at the RHS. CG-EF. So CG-EF, possible. So when you cross multiply these, you get the fourth option that they have given. And therefore the answer to 34th becomes option D. Clear?
Yes.
So if you've done this paper nicely, I am telling you it's not a tough paper. It is slightly tricky. I have twisted few questions purposely to help you raise your bar. And if your bar is raised 100% in the board, you will find the paper very, very simple. And you will do it very easily. Okay. Where will you find this paper? So you will find this paper on our YouTube channel in the community section. You will also find it on the Roughbox application in the free test section. So you have to go onto the Roughbox application, download it first. Then if you look at 3 lines, click on it on the left corner, it is on top. you will see over there free test section. Click on that, and the first test that you see is full math paper 2, is this paper what we have just discussed. Okay, so from my side, I am trying and giving you as many papers, whatever material required, so maths becomes very simple for you. Okay, what is the next thing that you expect from me now? Anyone?
One more maths paper.
Sorry?
New videos, maths, sir.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
New videos for 10th syllabus for next year.
For second sem, no?
Sir, one more
Yeah.
maths paper.
The second semester videos are already available. You can avail it. You can right now also
Oh,
go
like
for
crash course and stuff.
crash course. Okay. Yeah, definitely there will be a crash course in the second semester exam also. So the ones who have taken it already know the amount of effort that we've been putting. And do you think, guys, the value for the crash course and the amount of effort put, is it value for money? Yes, no, is it value for money, not value for money, those who had taken the crash course? Please respond, guys. No response.
Yes,
Am I
sir.
audible? Yeah, say Jishnu.
Yes, sir. Ravbook was a good application.
And crash course was value for money?
Yes, sir, it was.
Very good. What about others?
Yes, sir, actually strengthen the base.
Great. So we'll have second semester also crash course of each and every subject. Please look out for it. And this time I'm going to do it in the reverse way. The first 25 will be given at a low cost, the next 25 at a higher cost, and the next 25 at a higher cost. So the earlier you take it, the earlier you trust us, you get it at a better cost. And I will definitely do that. So this time in the crash course semester 1, we had 120 children joining from all across the country, which was a very good number. I was very happy. The next crash course, obviously, we don't know where the number is going to go, but it is going to happen very soon. The moment you finish your exam, we'll see how we can design and we'll let you know about that. One more surprise for you all. I told you all last time that before your exam, when is your mathematics paper? Anyone knows? When is your ICSE math paper? 6th December. Okay. So 6th December is Monday. So I think on 3rd December, that's Friday, or maybe on 5th December, that's Sunday. One of these days, I will take at 8 o'clock one more live lecture where I'll be talking about what are the expected questions for your next day. That is your paper in the boards. So don't miss that. Look out for it and it will really benefit you. I've spoken to a few other teachers also of other subjects. Few of them have agreed, others have not told me anything yet, but I will try and convince them also. So before each and every paper, we will try and have a teacher, an expert, a board corrector, who's going to be talking about that subject and what are the expected questions of that subject. So look out for that, and it is definitely going to benefit you 100%. So please do look out for it. It will help you. Okay. If you cannot find the paper, feel free to call us on this number 915-295-8335. And when you call on this number, our executive will help you and they will tell you where the particular paper is. Okay. I repeat, 915-295-8335. I put it in the chat box. Call on this number and people will help you. You want any subscription yet? Let me also tell you, we are giving away a full paper package of MCQ for 1,000 rupees. You have to use the coupon code. If you do not understand how, then you can call us on the number that I have just shared with you, and we'll help you to get MCQ papers of all the subjects. Okay. All the best, guys. Prepare yourself well, do well, make us proud. And once you get your marks, do let me know what marks you've got. I will be very happy. I will be curious to know what marks you have got. I hope I have done justice to your crash course, and I have given my best whatever I could. Please revise everything, do well, read the papers well, and one day prior I am going to be there to give you tips and the most likely questions, so don't worry. Okay. Bye bye, guys. Love you. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir. Thank you.
So you don't forget to post it on Ravbook, this video. because
I
the
will
last
try.
sum of similarity was very difficult.
Okay, I will do